Smash tournaments are just always open bracket. Fighting games in general tend to be that way, unlike, like you mentioned, a lot of other esports that are built a bit differently.
Yeah, and it should be that way. I mean, I feel like the FGC in its roots is a fighting game genre that came from the arcades where everybody was able to jump in and play, and of course Smash is kind of following suit right here as we move into this game between Zomba and Sonix.
Yeah, those roots got grass on them for sure, but like you said, moving into this set, immediately it's going to be a slow one as Zomba more than happy to charge gyro in the corner, and Sonix more than happy to spin dash until he finds the right opening.
That's right. If that's the game you want to play, then I'm so down to play it. Okay, hold on. Who I'm feeling like? Nice.
And
okay.
that gyro.
Nair doesn't quite get anything off of it. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. Again, we talked about it a little bit before. Just of course, I'm kind of threatening that space between me and my opponent. I'm using my charge. Like I'm getting you nervous. And then the minute you think it's your turn to attack, boom, dash attack in.
Another thing we're seeing, we talked about active hitboxes earlier with Palu and how that can help you in the matchup. The gyro is exactly that, except it's way more active. So yes, you're charging up that install, but once you let it rip, you're making it so that Sonix, if he stays on the ground, no longer has access to his mix-ups.
Yes, and that's what's really important too, just making Sonic players think twice. Closing off parts of the match that does not allow them just to rip and run for free. It's so important.
People are saying Mia just dropped out of the tournament as well.
Dropped out of the tournament or got beat?
Got beaten out of the tournament.
Okay, I was about to say, now wait a daggone minute.
Yeah, who beat Mia, by the way, y'all?
Okay, here we go. In the corner right now, Zomba just trailing here ever so slightly. Has to figure out a way.
Oh, it was Mars.
To get this stock taken. It's such a tough feat because Sonic can just run circles here around Rob and trying to send him to the scrapyard with that back air.
Okay, that gyro putting in work. Sonix does manage to pick it up. Deceptively hard to do because of how tiny that hurtbox is in comparison to the hitbox. However, it worked out well for him this time. He's got that stock lead. The up tilt, okay. I don't usually see up tilt come out from Sonix, but he made it work.
Yeah, he's making it work, and he's making it work in a big way, too. Making it look effortless, if you will.
Okay. Down tilt into more gyros into side B. He is swinging, and the result is that Sonix, in his desperation to avoid all those kill options, ends up SDing.
Okay. Looking smooth here. Has him caught in the corner. Definitely knocking on death's door at 159%. I need to see a big play. I need to see it fast. 4-frame on the spring. I'm out of there, bro.
Yes, he is. Zomba kind of bringing this back because Sonix is at that percentage. We talked about it in theory on the Palu set, but it didn't end up really coming out as he was able to get those kills on Louis pretty early. But he's in Marthritis range. He needs straight hits for the kill, and that is difficult.
Yeah, he does. Of course, it's a tough thing to do, especially on stage. Now, off stage, Sonix is a completely different character. I mean, I can definitely get the stock taken, because Rob is just such an easy character to beat up on. But on stage, I do run that risk of being outboxed despite the percent differential. And Zomba kind of leaned into just that, the safety in that down tilt. Show me something.
Oh,
down tilt again. Show me something. Hold on.
Oh, he's showing you something.
Yeah,
Down smash.
Get spun on.
That's another spin to win right there. He's got a lot of those.
He most certainly does.
I love the coverage. He isn't able to catch him with the nair, but the down smash to answer back. He saw where Sonix was going to land, and he responded with that 202 on Zomba, by the way.
No, I'm still up in it, though. 202%, bro. Are we going to hit sudden death percent? What's going on here?
I think the next throw is going to kill. Or that down air. Okay, if you're killing with Sonic down air off the top, something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, you're feeling good. You're feeling your. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, what you doing down there?
Hold on. Okay, nice. Falling up air. Going to go for the throw that time. Yeah, goodbye.
Hit him with a yeet.
Yeah. Head full of laser online. There it is. Oh, I parry those, though.
That that stock, was crucial for Zomba, able to stay alive into over 200%. But that is what it took for him to get back into the game. Can he continue to do that? Can he live that long, or can he outpace the damage to make it not necessary?
I mean, that is such a difficult question to answer. I mean, again, just seeing how tough both sides have been playing, I gotta give it right now to Sonix. I mean, he's just answering on all points of this match, knowing how to dance around Zomba, knowing how to stop himself from getting boxed out, knowing how to deal with Zomba off stage. There's that down tilt, though. Now, here's the thing, though. When Zomba breaks that zone, that's when things get a little scary right here for Sonix.
Completes the comeback.
What can I say?
I did love Sonix's escapes from disadvantage before we got to that point at the end. The way he was able to use the spin dash to do things like going over the lasers and jumping over that gyro as well on the approaches. It was just at the end of the day, I feel like he got a little bit outpaced by Zomba on the decision making with those punishes on things like tech chases.
Yeah, tech chases I think are such a big deal in a matchup like this too, man, because you know, they usually come from the fact that two characters know how to box really well. They know how to go for hard knockdowns and then push that advantage. Again, just being able to move forward and forcing, again, I'm putting you in a tech situation. Which way are you going to go? I'm using my movement. I'm not even pressing the button. I'm just using my movement to force you to do the mistake for me. Sonix, what on earth are we doing?
He got hit by that a little bit in the Louis Money set as well. The air dodge from Zomba right as he lets go of that spin dash, resulting in him just kind of yeeting into the blast zone, putting him in a scary spot that Zomba's trying to take care of, but not able to do so yet.
Zomba having to drift deep down there, didn't want to get hit with the back air. You know, Sonix is always on the ready for that. Now put them arms up.
Oh, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, keep them arms by your side, bro.
Zomba is not afraid to go off against Sonic. Every single time he thinks he has a chance, he goes deep for it, almost dying off the top with a nair, though.
Okay. Every time off stage, no need to go for the pile driver here at all. So you ain't the only one I can hold down in the corner. That 3-frame down tilt, bro, what you gonna do about this?
Not a lot yet. Let's see if he can figure out something later. It's been a lot of those tick throws, right? Except instead of a jab, it's been a down tilt.
Okay, dash attack on the way in. Both sides doing such a good job of just punishing each other's landing options. Again, they both kind of suffer from the same fate when it comes to how the recovery works and, you know, and what they can use it for just in terms of coming back to the stage. Covers a lot of distance, but of course, no real active anything on the way back. So sometimes recovering, especially for Rob, can be a difficult task for sure.
Trying to kill with that nair, but the up tilt, it doesn't kill though.
No.
And it's another case where even Zomba now struggling to kill Sonix. 177 on this Rob. He will not die.
I mean, this is just a testament to how strong both of these two players are, evenly matched, if you will.
This is the Rob from Subspace right here. He refuses to go down without swinging.
That's right. He's I'm robotic and I'm operating, but damn it, I ain't your buddy. Okay? Anything but that. Sure. Okay, trade on the nair here this time. Zomba with a little bit of a lead, and I say little because, yeah, it ain't gonna last long when Sonix is in the match. All right.
Gyro though.
Up throw, up air, double up air.
Zomba putting on a clinic, honestly, of space control right now. The way he's able to use that gyro to make it harder for Sonix to play to his game plan, right? Because one of the big things about Sonic is that burst range, not only because he's fast, but because of the spin dash explosiveness. So when you have a gyro in the middle, essentially, it's like having a second Rob there controlling space that he can combo into.
Yeah, seriously.
He's playing a puppet character right now.
I mean, he kind of is. I'm getting bite and bark vibes right here from ARMS. You know, Rosalina and Luma vibes.
I love it.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, dancing carefully around the gyro. Even when you think there isn't a setup for a gyro, there is, even on the other side of the room. And Sonix, of course, playing that so well.
We can really see where Zomba's head is with that gyro play, what the game plan is. Right off the beginning of the game, he literally dashed backwards to give himself more space, sacrificing all of his stage control just to charge a gyro. And repeatedly, when Sonix is at the ledge, if he's not going off for the deep kill, he's in the center charging gyro instead.
He is. I mean, again, those are just key elements to Rob's toolkit that you just cannot allow him to have, but it's tough because, again, you stay off to the side, you play the charge game. I'm down to charge, one of my greatest tools as well. Head full of laser right now, should be on his way out. Wait up, there it is, boom.
No, hold up, let him cook.
41% right now, so not the worst spot to be in if you're Sonic, but we got to figure out a way to get Zomba off the stage and play to the fact that Rob is just a big body.
Yeah, that body's big, but it moves.
Right, the biggest and the largest. Okay.
You got to put some respect on it. Sonix struggling on his last stock. Once again, cannot find that back air, and I think it's that decision making. Zomba knows how to mix up a little bit better. He's been a bit more consistent on that than Sonix, who will get hit in scenarios like this and then called out just like that. Down tilt, tick, throw. Once again.
Ah! We knew it was coming sooner or later. He had been scouting out for it. He had been setting it up effortlessly at the ledge. It was bound to happen, and it kind of goes back to what I talked about before. These are two characters, of course, comprised of some very similar ingredients when it comes to recovering to the stage, and both sides trying to exploit the fact that the other side does not have a hitbox on the way back up, and it feels like Zomba, bigger hitboxes, bigger bodies. Again, just covering more distance of the mat. He was like, look, you recover improperly, I will down air you to oblivion.
I'm interested in this little ritual that I've seen Sonix doing in both of the sets today, standing up between all the games. Maybe it's just helping with the mental reset. I kind of like it. It's like sitting down for a new set.
No, I'm here for it too, and also it keeps the blood flowing as well, man. You know, you start to sit for too long, you get idle for too long, blood starts to set, blood ain't flowing. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking as sharp. Sometimes you got to stand up.
Yeah, just stand up for business right now. With Sonix taking us to a smaller stage, but most importantly, playing live and learn in the background. Look, he hasn't been living, but let's see if that was enough to help him learn.
Well, let's see how it all goes. Class is most certainly in session right now. Up air on the way back. Zomba right now in the complete deficit. Sonix is not playing. Okay, hold up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Going for that simple stuff right now. Nothing too heavy early on.
I love those moves from Zomba, but he's winning on borrowed time on this stock. Can Sonix find the opportunity to get the early kill this time?
This is what I was talking about. Again, you have to watch where gyro is placed. Even when I'm not there by it, it still opens up doors for opportunity. I'm on my way back. Yeah.
From downtown. Hit him with the top rope on the gyro there. Is he able to find another one? No, instead he has to play this straight up. That is not ideal for Zomba.
Okay, coast to coast.
Well, they are scrapping right now.
No, seriously.
It's no Nooch November.
Okay, down throw. No, actually going to go for the Z drop.
He wants it. Oh, he finds it. And he gets a reset as well. Another opportunity to throw that out to get the kill. He's sharking. Zomba swinging back with the forward air, forcing him to respect the space.
Okay, wait a second. Okay, yes, and then just collides right into him. Clean stuff here as Zomba drops the first stock. Sonix with the lead, which is so important right now in a matchup like this. Jesus.
Okay, it's just the simple things.
Oh,
down
damn.
tilt to the forward air, and yeah, that just being able to swap sides on that is critical. And Zomba taking full advantage. 116 though, you got to get the kill.
Chasing him down, goes for the up tilt, just trying to empty jump, see which way he's going to go. Ugh.
Ooh. Great spacing there from Sonix, getting past that forward air, which probably would have done it at 146. I think so. Get off me, get off my stage at that.
Yeah, hurry and make it fast. Okay, again, despite the stock lead here, not a lot of percent put on the board here for Zomba. This ain't good.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, Sonix looking to pay. Corner control is here, though.
Zomba has stopped taking damage ever since he dropped that stock. Only 25% here is not bad. Sonix trying to get a little bit more of that extra credit for Mrs. Puff. I don't know if it's going to work out, though, at 178. Surely the next hit will kill.
Okay. They just holding shield right now. Yeah, trying to play it safe. I don't blame him. I get it. Trust me, I get it. Okay, nice.
Again, those parries. Sonix has been really on point with parrying that laser. He knows the timing very well.
All right.
Okay, F tilt to grab the gyro. And now he's just going to hold on to it, right? Because he can still spin dash even with that gyro.
Well, yeah, and it's so important that he just keeps it away from him, too. Now, of course, with having gyro, you do lose access to some of your aerial options, but it doesn't seem like he's on the approach right now. He kind of wants to allow Zomba to come towards him to come get it. Okay, checking the temperature, one jab.
Sonix also showing that he has the gyro combo. So not only that, it's like spin dash, you can't do an aerial afterwards if you have the gyro because it's just going to throw it. But what did he do? He threw it up and then hit you with a back air.
No, that's fact. Yeah, robotic noise is out into the oblivion. Sonix right now going up in a major way here, only 31%. Now, we talked about how important it was for one side to put the extra damage on, but Sonix looking virtually unscathed here.
Bro, that is crazy amount of damage off of one combo. Yeah, you know the vibes, but I'm going to be real, I don't think Sonix knows the vibes right now. He's still being aggressive.
Vibes are in question right now. They're in jeopardy, if you will.
Questionable vibes at the function at the moment. Let's see what ends up happening here. As Sonix continues to be the aggressor, he does not want that gyro to come into effect.
And he's very well aware of that right now. Yes, again, you avoid the gyro, but you can't avoid these jet boosters. Okay, I call feet. There's down air.
Once again, Zomba hardly taking damage after he lost his stock. Something about those situations, he's been able to turn it on. Oh no! Oh no! Sonix, no! Don't lose like that!
Okay. Fist bumps across the board.
Oh no.
Handshakes. It's all love at the end of the day. An unfortunate way to go out
Oh.
Big shout out right there to Zomba. But you know what, though? Sonix went out in style right there, because that jacket is fire.
It is fire. Bro, he just hit him with that in 2025. Look, I know I get hit with that in bracket because I'm me.
That's
but
right.
Sonix getting hit by that, Zomba finding the way to hit him with that is so impressive.
Yeah, I mean, again, those are just a testament of just championship strength. Both of those two, of course, played completely out of their mind. Some of the finest Sonic and Rob gameplay I've seen in quite a while, especially to come through from those two. What I like to think are the new rivals, in a lot of ways. Some combination between those two plus, Spargo kind of in the mix. They kind of all go back and forth, and it's so hard to call when they meet in bracket, especially at this portion of bracket. But, it is what it is until it ain't, and then it ain't what it ain't. Okay, that's a quote from my uncle. So great stuff right there to Sonix, and of course even better stuff right there to Zomba.
That was a fun set. It's always great to see aggressive Sonic gameplay, and Sonix is, I think, the progenitor of that type of play style. Of course, he will slow it down when he needs to. He understands the vibes, but sometimes you got to turn on the afterburners.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to pop out and show people, like Kendrick Lamar said. So, great stuff right there to Zomba. Again, a Genesis champion. So, of course, he's cut from a very different cloth than a lot of other players. But same can certainly be said, of course, for Sonix as well, too.
True.
Knows how to work his way in and around a top 8, top 4, grand finals, whatever portion of bracket it is. There's a good chance that, Sonix has definitely triumphed his way through it. So, big stuff right there to both of those two.
Deep, deep storylines. This game is, almost 7 years old now, like 6.5.
Yeah.
And players like Sonix have been on the come up since the beginning and on the top level for a while, even beyond that. Same with Zomba, being able to see this new guard kind of become the old guard in a way over the legacy of the game. And it's fun to see in a situation like this what happens when they come head to head.
100%, man. Again, it's just a clash of two titans kind of meeting. So big stuff right there, of course, of those two. Zomba, of course,